There, finally done. Would have thought getting ready would take so much time. And I still have a bit of time. God, it seems like ages since I've had anyone to spend heart and hoof days with. Though, now that I think about it, I don't think I've had any special summon pony to spend it with since that day. How young and innocent I was. Seems like ages ago. I remember being so excited, being led through the beautiful gardens to spend a day with a royal, and being escorted by none other than Shining Armor, the captain of the Royal Guard, to claim my prize for winning the spell competition earlier that week. I remember spending hours getting ready for that spell competition. Luckily, Twilight had a cold and couldn't attend, otherwise I wouldn't have had a chance. I would get to spend the whole day with Royal. Oh, please, I wanted it to be Mi Amore Cadenza so bad. I mean, getting to spend Heart and Hoofs Day with the princess that the holiday was dedicated for? Ugh, I was just all giddy. I could hardly keep myself from giggling. And then we turned the corner, and I saw him sitting at the table. And my stomach fell about 500 feet. I was disappointed. I'd hoped to spend a day with an actual royal, one of the princesses, not this bloodline from royals past. Come on, he's only considered a royal because the princesses were too kind not to kill off his family when they took the throne. But I digress. There he sat, and there he drank his tea. I remember recollecting that I read that he had just gotten his cutie mark a little bit ago. But, be that as it may, he was still a prince, and I was kind of happy. I'd never really gotten to spend time with a real noble, and I had hopes that it would be a wonderful day, getting cordially treated like a lady, at least. How wrong I was. He looked rather pretty, with the sun glinting off his white coat, with the sun glistening off of his beautiful mane that flowed down his shining coat that glistened in the mane. Shining introduced me, and then left. So I sat down to have a cup of tea. It was quiet for the first couple of minutes. How I wish I had actually enjoyed those first couple of minutes instead of feeling awkward. And then he opened his mouth.
I do say it really is lucky of you to be spending the day with me here in this fine establishment. It normally takes months and months in advance planning to get an appointment here, but I, Prince Blueblood, can get in any time I want because my daddy owns the place. It really is a luxury that us nobles share that the commoners do not, and that's why we are simply better, for we are more well-groomed and hygienic and present ourselves way better than any of those, common folk and their dirty farms. And so you see the results of how my coat is so lovely and shiny and silky smooth to the touch, and how my mane is so expertly coiffed and conditioned and brushed to absolute perfection, so I look like I'm coming off the front cover of one of those romance novels. You're a girl. You like romance novels, don't you? Why, I was told by my date just the other day, I believe her name was Janice. Or was that Mary? I'm not certain. Sometimes I see more than 2 or 3 in a day. Anyway, she said that I looked just like this one called Fabio, and I don't even know who that is. I can't really read. I bought my way through the 3rd grade and up because I'm a noble. I shouldn't have to read. I can hire a servant to do my reading for me, but I'm getting off track. I was talking about how marvelously polished my hooves are, because I can come here just about 3 times a week, or any time I like at all, and treat the place however I like, because in a couple of years I'm probably going to own it anyway. You, servant pony, I need some more conditioner for my tail. Anyway, how are you doing? Oh, but enough about that. Let's talk more about how blah 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 blah. My coat is so blah 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 blah, and my mane is blue blur blah 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 blah, and those stupid commoners and their dirty farms blah 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 blah.
Quite frankly, after a while, I did just stop listening. 'Cause, oh my god, was he such a pompous jerk. Whatever happened to Colt's being chivalrous? But no, instead, we went from chair to chair, getting beauty products done. By the way, who on earth thinks that... I mean, they did things to my hair and mane that to this day makes me cringe. Who wants to sit for an hour in a bath of dirt? Anyways, so we went from beauty treatment to beauty treatment. And then he had to get ready for the dance, which involved us going to his tailor. And, well, he got something... What was it called again? Oh, yes, a crevasse, which is French for really stupid thing around your neck. And then we started heading towards the castle, where he droned on and on again until we finally got to the castle. You see, I am not invited to the Hearts and Hoofs Day ball, for the simple fact that, one, I didn't want to go, and I couldn't stand staying any more time with him, and two, that even winning this competition wasn't enough to grant me access to this extreme and fancy event. I mean, the only one more is the Grand Galloping Gala. And so, there we are, and we're walking into the gate, and I stop, seeing shining armor, and he looks down at me, and he finally asks me a question and waits for me to answer. How was your day? And then he cut me off before I even got 2 words out, and I saw red. This pompous jerk had dragged me around all day, had me tortured with things that are supposed to make me beautiful, and, well, I saw red. Well, to be frankly, I saw green. And then he screamed.
I'm green!
I remember being terrified. I mean, I just turned the Prince of Equestria green. Green! He was screaming bloody murder. Luckily, Shining Armor was there and told Prince Blueblood that he should go to the royal wizard to get himself turned ungreen and that he would take care of me. At this point, I was trembling. Not only had I just had the worst day of my entire life, but now I was probably going to get thrown into a dungeon. And as Shining Armor walked towards me, and Prince Blueblood galloped off to be, well, ungreenified, he smiled at me. Shining Armor smiled at me, and then I heard him laugh. It's a good thing he thought it was so funny. His only advice to me was to steer clear of the palace and any place that Prince Blueblood might hang out for a good long while until I wasn't recognizable. And that was all. He patted me on the head and sent me off. Oh, good. Davenhoff, you're right on time.